That is crazy. Please do not. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everybody else, welcome back to the B3 channel, where today we're going to be talking about some of the best, but also some of the theme parks that I can find. Whilst researching this video, I've managed to find a few parks that I had no idea ever existed and are absolutely hilarious, I can't lie. I feel like content creators and quite a lot of news platforms only focus on the best theme parks. If something goes ever so slightly wrong at the best theme park, then it's the end of the world according to the news. But if something goes slightly wrong at not the best theme park in the world, then they just don't even cover it. You know, for example, we've got Falcon's Flight in Saudi Arabia, the new tallest, fastest, and longest roller coaster in the world. That's just around the corner. That's going to be like a few years until that's open. It's absolutely mental. It's like 600 feet tall. And then we have theme parks like Alton Towers, a personal favorite of mine, that just have coasters with like 14 inversions and launched coasters that aren't even the fastest at the park. But I feel like people don't focus on the bad theme parks. Now, I'm not talking about negative theme parks, you know, where you've got a long wait time to get on a roller coaster. I'm talking about theme parks that I have no idea how they still operate. And I had no idea they were still a thing. And let me tell you, I'm looking at the list here. There's some absolutely mental ones. But first, let's go with the good theme parks. So, what is the world's best theme park? Now, this is just impossible to tell because there's so many good theme parks out there, and it's also impossible to tell because everyone has a different perspective on what the world's best theme park would be. For example, some people prefer immersion, some people prefer theming, and some people prefer the coasters, which makes it tough to decide a number one. So in no particular order, here are some of the best amusement parks that I've found in the world. I believe for immersion you're probably going for Disney World. Now if you go onto Street View of Disney Paris, there's just no one there, and it's just like Goofy sat at the bottom of the street. I mean, the immersion at Disney parks is just something different. They've got no fly zones above some of their parks, so you just feel like you're in the zone. The transition in between areas is just genuinely mind-blowing. The way the Imagineers work, and it's mind-blowing how the theme parks run, and I'm not surprised that they're the best in the world and they get the highest numbers in the world. I mean, I'm looking here at the list of amusement park rankings, which is measured off how many people visit annually, and in 2018 157,311,000 people visited Walt Disney attractions, and then the second best is 67 million. So they are dominating this market. And then for roller coasters, then you're probably looking at somewhere like Six Flags or Energylandia. Both of these parks on opposite ends of the world are absolutely fantastic at what they do. So Energylandia has 17 operating roller coasters with 2 under construction. And then you've got Six Flags Magic Mountain, which has got 20 operating roller coasters. And the craziest bit about Energylandia, by the way, is it opened in 2014. And they've got like 20 coasters. It's absolutely mental. Anyway, if you want theming, then Universal's probably the place to go. If you look at a ride like Hagrid's Magic Motorbike thing, then, you know, just look at it. Look at that. Just look at the theming, man. It's good. And the list just really goes on. But, you know, I'm sure you've all heard of them parks there. You know, we could go on. You know, we've got Merlin attractions like Alton Towers, Thorpe Park.
Oh, that's the wrong logo. Hold on. Let me see what I can do here. Oh.
But they're 2 of the best theme parks in the UK. And then you've got Chessington. There's so many in the theme. And then you've got Chessington and other family parks like Paulton's.
I'm going to meet Pepper. I'm going to cook her and have a nice bacon cob.
And Drayton Manor, which are also amazing parks in the UK. And then you go down to Spain and you've got Portaventura, which just has one of the world's best coasters, Shambhala. Fantasialand, which I'm off to in January with my editor. Say hi, Bill. And Fantasia, they've got Fly, and it just looks mental. I can't wait to go on Fly. And also Taron. How did I nearly forget about Taron? And then for younger audiences, you've got Legoland, which Merlin own a lot of Legoland. In fact, let me tell you how many Legolands there are. There'll be more than you think. We've got Legoland Billund Resort, Legoland California, Legoland Deutschland, Legoland Dubai, Legoland Florida, Legoland Japan, Legoland North Korea. No, not North. Sorry. They don't have Legoland North Korea. It just says Korea. I've filled in the blank accidentally. They have Legoland Malaysia Resort. They have Legoland New York, Legoland Windsor, or future locations. We've got Legoland Shanghai, Legoland somewhere else in China, Legoland Beijing, Legoland somewhere else in China again, and then Legoland Discovery Centers, which are in Germany, and then there's 3 in the United States. There's also a Legoland in Australia. Oh, and in Belgium. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere, Legolands are. But enough on the great theme parks, on the theme parks that we've all heard of a million times, the theme parks that you've probably visited. Let's go to the ones that you haven't visited. So, starting off strong here with potentially the only North Korean theme park, we have Mangyongdae Fun Fair. I'm sure none of you have been. It's in North Korea. Anyway, if you just have a look at any of the pictures, it's just concrete buildings, dead plants, and a roller coaster that looked like it was built by a 5-year-old in their back garden. It's absolutely shambles. I don't know how the park's operating, but they do things a little bit differently in North Korea. So there's a direct quote from someone who's visited this theme park and then reported on it. And bear in mind, for a bit of context, that one of their selling points is this theme park also has a zoo. Now, this person went to the zoo and reported, in their words, it has a zoo consisting of one peacock. That is the whole zoo, a singular peacock. So yeah, Mangyongdae Fun Fair, North Korea. I can't even find them on RCDB. Don't imagine the roller coasters operating. I don't even really imagine you can probably go to the theme park. If it's still open, I wonder how that one peacock's doing. Shout out to you, son. Anyway, another very bad theme park that you may or may not have heard of. You may or may not have been. It's in Egypt. Now, this theme park in Egypt is called Fantasyland. A bit like Fantasyland, fantasy. Anyways, Fantasyland in Egypt. One person that went reported that the lazy river that was in the theme park was used as a tip, as a dumping ground, and the walls were just covered in graffiti. It says here that the only fantasy guest will experience here is dreams of getting out. That's a direct quote from a news source. They don't hold back. Bear in mind, this Fantasyland is the same price as a Disney ticket, and nothing works. Everything's there. Everything's there. You've got buildings, you've got the lazy river, you've got rides, but nothing works. And it costs you the same price as a Disney ticket. So it's crazy. 100,000 likes will go there. And we're not going to hit that, so we're not going to go there. But if we do, then we will. Me and you, Bill. And Ross and James can come as well. We'll all go to Fantasyland in Egypt. Anyway, up next for a theme park you may have heard of, especially if you are in the UK theme park scene. Now, this theme park, I believe, is well kept. There's nothing wrong with the theme park in such. It's just to do with the ride. It's a bit weird. It's called Diggerland. Now, Diggerland is somewhere in the UK. I couldn't point to it on a map. But basically, the whole idea of Diggerland is a mound of ground, JCB digger, and then in the bucket is a seat. You get to sit in the seat of a JCB digger and spin. That's it. There's no actual rides, I don't believe. I believe it's just construction equipment with seats strapped to it. Anyone can visit. It's open. I know it's open. I know it's operating. And yeah, I know iCoaster went. So Diggerland, just full of JCBs. So if you like JCBs, if you like diggers, if you like your construction equipment, then I may have just found the place for you. Right. This next one. Yeah. When I read up on this, I did not believe that this is actually real, but it is. It genuinely is real. Now, this is called Parque... I can't even speak, man. It's so funny. So this is called Parque Eco Alberto, and it's in Mexico. Now, by day, this is just a normal theme park that anyone can visit to, or it's more of a tourist attraction, really, than a theme park. You know, you can do kayaking, you can do zip lining, I believe there's a toboggan, and you can do hiking. Now, their star attraction, their attraction that you have to pay extra to do, it's called the night hike. Now, if you'll just sit here for a second and just imagine the night hike, you're probably going to think it'll be the same as the day hike in the night. Well, you are so wrong. So the night hike is also known as the La Caminata Nocturna, which is something Spanish. And I'm not joking, but you literally get chased by fake USA Border Patrol. Genuinely, bear with me, you actually get chased by fake Border Patrol agents like you're illegally crossing the Mexico-USA border. That is it. The night hike, you literally pretend to be an unauthorized immigrant in America. It's absolutely mad. And, you know, I'm laughing, but I feel like it'll be quite interesting. I feel like it'll be quite fun. But they sat down in a meeting and decided they want that. And I bet you, when you clicked on this video today, you did not expect to hear about that. So if you're ever going to Mexico, or if you've been to this place, then please let me know how it was. So up next, we have a Chinese theme park. Now, it's common knowledge that Chinese quite often create things that look like other things that aren't. They are copyright infringed items. So, for example, you want some AirPods. You might get some AirPods that are called AirPods, but they're just made differently and aren't as high quality. Sometimes. However, this Chinese theme park is called Xingshan. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. I probably have. Or Shan Amusement Park in China. I'm not Chinese. I do apologize if I messed that up. Now, when I researched this theme park, I kid you not, this was the headline word for word. If you're a fan of copyright infringement, this amusement park is for you. That is the headline that I saw, and I was like, right, I need to have a look at this. So basically, it's a huge knockoff of Disneyland, like to the point of where they have Disneyland themed rides. They have a 1-to-1 scale of the Disney Castle, but it's just like a depressing version of Disney. There's not much colour in the park, and things don't look to be made quite as well as they are in Disney. Their slogan for this theme park, I'm not joking, their slogan is, Disney is too far to go. Please come to Xingshan. Their slogan has the word please in it. It's crazy. And there's even knockoffs of the popular characters walking around. You can see a knockoff Minnie Mouse and a knockoff Mickey Mouse and probably a few of the other major characters walking around. So, once again, if you've ever been here, let me know how it is, because I couldn't really find many serious reviews on this park. So, we're going to wrap up this. Now, bear in mind, it was really hard to select these because there's actually so many I could have covered in this video. And I tell you what, if we get 100 likes, we'll do another one. But we're going to wrap this up with Bon Bon Land. Bon Bon Land. So, Bon Bon Land is a theme park in Denmark, I believe. And they have classic rides such as the Farting Dog Switchback, the Water Rat, the Rubbish Dump, and then they've also got everyone's #1 bucket list coaster, Skid Mark Roller Coaster. I don't really know what's going on here in Bon Bon Land. I don't know why they're so obsessed with poo and farts. So the thing is that kind of blew me away with this park is it's not cheap to create a theme park. It's not easy, and it takes a long time. And Bon Bon Land's mascot is literally Henry the Farting Dog. Like, who comes up with this stuff, man? I kind of want to visit Bon Bon Land, though, because it does look quite funny. And anyway, someone has reported that randomly around the park, there is seagulls taking a into alligators' mouths. I'm not even joking. That is just their theming, their style of theming. You know, so you've got Disneyland, you've got Immersion, you've got Universal, you've got crazy themes like the Marmalizer on the smile of that huge, like, 30, 40-foot piece. And then you've got seagulls taking a poo on alligators in Bon Bon Land. What is going on in Denmark? Just to top it off with Bon Bon Land, they don't have a soundtrack, as per se. They just play farting sound effects everywhere. So this whole park is basically just a supersized Raj's Bouncy Bottom burp. Now, them theme parks were pretty bad. Some of them at the start you might have been to, but I bet you haven't been to any of these at the end. Now, there's one more honourable mention that we have to give out. Now, it's not even to a theme park here. It's to a singular roller coaster. And let me tell you, this roller coaster has taken Twitter by storm recently. And this honourable mention goes to Bob Espunja. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh my god, what was that video?